Morning. Welcome to day 3, Heart Week. And happy Wednesday. Hump day for some of us. Except if you work 7 days a week, it really doesn't matter. Oh boy. Go. Go. Sorry, crazy dogs. And they're not mine. For once. All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of our Heart Week. Today, I want to talk about supplements. So I came to the office because I have more things available to me here that I figure if I show you in person, it makes it a little bit easier for you to kind of put things together in your brain. And most of these products are available on our website, drjudymorgan.com. Some of them are not, and I actually brought some of my things from home that I use for Stuart because Stuart is our stage D heart failure dog. So he gets more supplementation than our other dogs. George is a stage B1 with a grade 2 murmur. Gabby doesn't have a murmur yet, and certainly Forrest does not have a murmur yet. But I still support the younger dogs that don't have any disease yet because they are a breed. They are considered stage A because they are a breed that is prone to mitral valve disease. So we want to support them and try to prevent problems later on. And really, we don't have good evidence that supplementing early on, if they are genetically prone, is going to prevent them from developing problems. Certainly, we have not been able to prevent our dogs from eventually developing disease if they are genetically predisposed. However, maybe we delay the onset, maybe we have them come on more slowly. We don't know. We don't have good evidence. We don't have great studies for that. But for me personally, I just feel like supplementing with everything that I know can help them is not going to hurt them and will be beneficial for them. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff surrounding me, and I'm just going to go through them kind of one at a time in no particular order. So one of the things, we're going to post a video probably tomorrow on how to use the home ICU oxygen cage, which has really been a game changer for us as far as particularly Stewie with his stage D disease. We used it for Pookie when she had her airway problems, and so it's been really good. But one of the things that I talk about in that video is when you use that oxygen cage, or sometimes with these dogs that just have heart disease, they get overheated, particularly if they get anxious, if they're having problems getting enough air. So we need to put a cooling mat in that oxygen cage. So this is a brand new cooling mat that we found at Global Pet, and I'm really excited about this product because this is much colder than the gel pads. It lasts a lot longer. The gel pad that came, it's a kind of a mat type thing that came with the Buster cage does not do a good job. My little mat thing that goes in the freezer, when I took it out the other day, literally within 5 minutes it was at room temperature, so not useful. So I'm actually going to take one of these home and I'm going to put it in the freezer and use this for Stuart when he has to go in the oxygen cage in the future. But also really good if you have dogs who just tend to get overheated in the summer. I love this thing. So all right, let's just kind of go through some things. I'm just going to kind of work my way around the table here. So one of the things we talked about, particularly with mitral valve, but with any of the heart disease, that dental disease can certainly make the problem worse. So We have the dental drops or spray, and if you want to make it into a toothpaste, you can mix it with coconut oil and then use your toothbrush to brush the teeth. Really critical that these dogs and cats have a healthy mouth so that we're not sending bacteria to the heart and the kidneys, because that's going to cause more trouble for these guys. All right, for the dogs and cats, RX Vitamins has their formula CV, which stands for cardiovascular, and it has, in my opinion, the doses in here are not quite high enough on some of the things, so you might have to add other supplements to it as well, depending on where your pet fits into the category. But this is 1 capsule twice a day for each 25 to 50 pounds of body weight. So a little tricky for kitty cats because you probably are going to have to do a half capsule twice a day. But it does have hawthorn, carnitine, taurine, vitamin E, DMG, magnesium, potassium, a little bit of mushroom extract, and selenium. So those are vitamins and minerals that we do like for our heart disease patients. But particularly if you have a large dog with dilated cardiomyopathy, you may need a higher taurine dose, so you may have to supplement that in on top. And you may need some carnitine in a higher dose as well. But otherwise, I really like the product. It's just a little bit trickier to dose this one down for different sizes. The other good news, though, is that if you're a little high on your dose, you're not going to cause a problem. It's a really wide dosage range, so not going to be an issue. Certainly, we like omega-3 fatty acids, which we use fish oil for our guys. Oh, I should have brought the phytoplankton over, too. So if your dog can't or cat cannot tolerate salmon oil or whitefish oil, which would be the sardine anchovy, then you could use phytoplankton instead, which Gwen is running. She's running to get other things that we have. Hey Gwen, grab a dog greens too. When you're buying an omega-3, particularly fish oil, make sure that it is not in a plastic bottle. Make sure it's not something where you have to unscrew the cap and expose the oil to air, because that is what makes it go rancid, makes it oxidize, and then it is pro-inflammatory. So that's why we chose the Iceland Pure company, because it's in a brushed aluminum bottle with a pump that seals and does not let air come in. Okay, Gwen is bringing me a couple things. So this is
the algae oil, which is the one that has more EPA and DHA than the fish oil, and then this Phytosynergy, this is the phytoplankton. Which is
I don't even have to talk, just listen to her.
Just an antioxidant.
Okay, so we have the phytoplankton, which is an antioxidant, and this is a Adored Beast product, and then we also have the Potent C, which is an algae oil, which is higher in EPA and DHA, so also extremely good products. So if you have pets who cannot tolerate fish oils, these are really, really good options. Okay. All right, we're going to move over here. So one of the things that we find very commonly in pets with heart disease, cancer, senior pets, is that their vitamin D levels are low. We do strongly recommend that you have vitamin D levels checked before you start adding in vitamin D. Most senior pets that have been tested tend to come out low, and we find that most pets with heart disease come out low. However, we did have one client who tested their dog and the levels came out extremely high. And it happened to be during the time when we were seeing the toxicity from vitamin D being in the vitamin mineral supplement being added to pet food. So I do recommend that you check and then find out what your pet needs. All of our guys get about 3 to 4 drops of the vitamin D3 once a day. Okay. Vitamin E, also very important for heart muscle function. This one is labeled for dogs only. There are other vitamin E products, or you can get a combo product that has some vitamin E in it. I started supplementing all of our guys with vitamin E, particularly if they're on fish oils. You need a vitamin E supplement along with that. So I really like this product. It's a liquid. It's made from sunflowers. Okay, CoQ10. Probably one of the most important things that we can give to our pets with heart disease or prone to heart disease, particularly again as they age. This is something that is made in our bodies and their bodies when we're young, but it decreases as we age. Just like, we decrease our ability to make vitamin D as we age, so that's why we take supplements. So CoQ10 When you look on the internet, you will find usually they're recommending supplementing at 1 milligram per pound of body weight. Way too low, because that means my dogs would take about 15 milligrams twice a day. Way too low if we have dogs with heart disease, senior dogs, dogs that are prone to heart disease. So to use it in heart disease, there was a great study a few years ago that was, I think it was from Thailand, but they took dogs that were under 10 kilograms and over 10 kilograms, so that's 22 pounds, and they did 100 milligrams twice a day. And what they found is the dogs under 10 kilograms, so that's at a much higher dose, it's like 5 milligrams per pound of body weight. And the dogs that were under 22 pounds actually had their heart size decrease. These were dogs who already had heart enlargement, and it decreased by giving them that 100 milligrams twice a day. So what we are now recommending is about 100 milligrams per 20 pounds of body weight. So more like 5 milligrams per pound of body weight twice a day. We're having really good success with that. So you can figure that out for the weight of your dog. So for kitty cats, a 10-pound kitty cat, I would be giving them anywhere from 50 to 100 milligrams twice a day as well. And this does come in a powder that you can open. For our guys, I open it and sprinkle it in their food, and they're fine with it. Okay. For our more advanced stages, this is not something that's on our website, but D-Ribose. It's actually a sugar. It's an energy source that the heart muscle utilizes really well as an energy source. So I use this for Stuart, and he only gets about a quarter of a teaspoon once or twice a day. He doesn't mind it. I mix it in with his food, and it's just another energy source that the heart muscle uses really well. So I do like that. All right, so let's talk amino acids. Taurine. Move my fingers. This is hard. Okay. Oh, my phone went black. Well, hopefully it's still taping. Taurine and L-Carnitine. So taurine and carnitine are amino acids that are found in very high quantities in heart muscle. So that's one of the reasons we want to feed heart as part of our protein that we're feeding these guys, is because it's so high in carnitine and taurine, which they need to nourish the heart muscle. So you can get L-Carnitine. This is a powder. You can get it in capsules as well. And taurine. Now for our kitty cats, we have the RX Essentials, which is just a vitamin supplement, and it has taurine in it for our kitty cats. And I believe the dose of taurine for kitty cats, this is 50 milligrams. So they're saying only 25 milligrams. Depending on, if I had a cat with dilated cardiomyopathy, I probably would go higher than that. So then we have taurine capsules, and I think these are 1,000 milligrams each. Oh, sorry, this is not capsules, this is a teaspoon. So a quarter teaspoon has 1,000 milligrams. So with dilated cardiomyopathy, we're seeing more problems in the golden retrievers recently, and I've had some golden retrievers, even when we switch them to a high meat, high heart-based diet, high fish, they still needed up to 8,000 milligrams of taurine added to their diet per day to get them to register up at the level that we're looking for in the bloodstream. You can do taurine testing if you have a dog that is prone to dilated cardiomyopathy or has dilated cardiomyopathy, to see whether that does need to be supplemented. Good news is there's no toxic dose on taurine, so if you are nervous that you have a breed that's prone to it, or your diet may not have enough taurine, you can supplement it and it's not going to be a problem. So the dosage range, kind of is all over the place, but I would say if I was just supplementing for a breed that was prone to dilated cardiomyopathy, so I'm looking at a large breed dog, I would on a daily basis, because it's not going to hurt anything. Okay, so mitral valve disease we know has an inflammatory component, so we want to use something anti-inflammatory for them. So our fish oil is going to be anti-inflammatory. But for my guys, and also because they are getting older, we've got a little arthritis probably, we've got the neurologic problems with the syringomyelia, the caudal occipital malformation, like my guys are, it goes with the breed. So I use the PEA, which works on the endocannabinoid system. It's a plant-based product. It works on the same receptors that CBD would work on. So really good for any inflammatory condition, whether it's arthritis, mitral valve disease, neurologic problems. I'm really a fan. It's great for most allergy dogs as well. All right, so other antioxidants that we can use, we talk about using berries, like blueberries, cranberries, as great antioxidants. So this is Kininkine's Healthy Immunity, which has both of those in, I believe. Yep. Blueberry, cranberry, sunflower seed, coconut, flaxseed, and dandelion root, which is good. Boy, they added some stuff in there. Which is, the dandelion root is great for draining, so it's going to help keep fluid build up from the lungs, going to help keep things running through the kidneys. So really awesome for that as well. And then another thing that we talk about is having a chi tonic to get the heart pumping a little bit better. It's an energy tonic. So you can make golden paste with turmeric and black pepper and coconut, or you can use the Healthy Hip and Joint. So they're talking about using this as an anti-inflammatory for arthritis, but it's also going to be a really good chi tonic and mover and shaker for pets with any kind of heart deficiencies as well. You can use that. All right, and then we do have some Chinese herbs. The Chinese herbs are going to be different for different patterns in the dog. So if you have an acupuncture veterinarian, dog and cat, sorry. If you have an acupuncture veterinarian or someone who can do a tongue and pulse diagnosis and point you in a better direction for the herbs, you can get a little more specific with them. So we talked about pets that are anemic, developing heart murmurs and heart weaknesses. So the 4 substances, which is Siwutang, is great for pets with anemia. I've got George on this right now because on his last lab work, he came up a little bit anemic, and this has worked really well for me in the past. Then we also have Emperor's Tea Pills, which is Tianwan Bushindan, and that is for Shen disturbances, heart blood deficiency, where we're then getting anxiety, reactions to loud noises, waking up in the middle of the night, pacing, that sort of thing, anxiety at night, vocalizing. Emperor's Tea Pills is very good for that. And then we have Stasis in the Mansion of the Blood, which is basically a chi tonic for moving the blood. So if we have a heart chi deficiency, this one can be very good for getting things going. All right. So we're going to talk about food tomorrow, but because I'm here at the office today, I thought I would bring out some of the treats that can be really supportive. So if you're looking for something for your dogs to chew on to keep them entertained that's going to be heart healthy, we have these cod skin rolls. So there's the big ones for the big dogs and the little ones for the little dogs. My guys love these, but it's a phenomenal source of omega-3s. They don't break teeth because they soften up as they chew them and keep them very healthy. The bad news is they smell like fish. So if you have long-eared dogs, you might want to put a snoot or something on. You might not want them to chew these on your carpet because it may smell fishy when they're done. Okay. For the kitty cats, we have little freeze-dried minnows that the kitty cats absolutely love. And then that's from Vital Essentials. And then Icelandic Plus makes these capelin, which are little whole fish as well. So the kitty cats can eat those as well as the dogs. The dogs actually love the minnows too. Again, great sources of omega-3s. So as long as we're feeding them something, we might as well be feeding them something that's going to have a benefit for them. So Dr. Harvey's makes their wild Alaskan salmon bites. These are little crunchies. My kitty cats love them. So if you have cats who are addicted to dry food and you're trying to get them off dry food, something like this is a great way to kind of start switching them over because they're eating something that is species appropriate. It's not a balanced meal, but it's species appropriate, and it can help get them to move over away from that dry food. Okay. So like we said, like feeds like from a Chinese medicine perspective. So let's feed heart. So Momentum has beef, turkey, chicken. Is there another one? Beef, turkey, chicken from Momentum?
That's it, and then we have beef from farm.
Okay. All right, beef, turkey, and chicken hearts from those guys. And then from Farmhounds, these are more of a jerky. So it's a bit longer, flat, harder chew. So if you are looking again for a chew for your for your pet who needs something to occupy them a little bit longer, you could give them this to chew on. And my cats love those momentum hearts. That I can get my cats to do anything for those momentum hearts. And then, because these dogs or cats with heart disease are prone to developing fluid in their lungs when the heart is failing, feed lung, because we want to support that organ system as well. So we do have beef lung. It's from farmhounds, but it could be given to kitty cats as well. It's a pretty hard chew. It's dried. But if you break it up in pieces, your kitty cats could eat this as well. Okay. Hopefully that's helpful for you guys with all the different supplements. Let's see if there's anything I missed on my list. We will have a blog for you at the end of the week. Goat milk. Shoot, I should have brought we have Mount Capra. Is that a dried goat milk?
The protein powder is, yes.
So we have a dried goat milk colostrum protein powder, and then we also have the Mount Capra ghee. It's right? Ghee?
Yeah, but we're sold out, I think.
We're sold out. Bummer.
They are sold out.
My dogs love it. I haven't tried it on the cats yet, but goat milk is very high in taurine, and it has all the vitamins that we're looking for, very high in the vitamin D as well. So that is a very good supplement. So if you can get fermented raw goat milk or just raw goat milk or goat milk treats, goat milk yogurt, I know that, what's the name of Chelsea's company? Solutions Pet Food is coming out with a lot of different things for that, so that'll be very helpful as well. Okay, tomorrow we're going to talk food. That'll be fun. All right, everybody have a great day. I may or may not be able to play some music later on today. I'll try to go back and look at the comments because I was not able to see them as we were live. Okay. Would feeding lung help with asthma? Yeah, it would. I'd absolutely do that. Have a great day.